Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Glow Sun Production proudly brings to you its best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. That is We Talk Combat. We talk all things combat, sports, and sports entertainment. I am King, 1/4 of your host around here. Rewind. I am not King. What am I talking about? King is no longer with us today. We have Muy Grande African Americano, as I go by. Beside me, I'll introduce my other co-hosts. First and foremost, we have the lovely Chemo Queen. She is the Queen of the Ring 1986, if you didn't know. What up, babe? How are you today?
I am excellent. It's been a actually fairly decent-ish week of wrestling and a lot of interaction from the people that follow us here. So, shout out to them. But how are you doing, babe?
I am wonderful, babe. Thanks for asking. And yes, shout out to all the folks, man. Shout out to our Latino community that we have and Hispanic community that we have following us on AAA and all. You guys always keep it live over there. But let me keep going. Next up, we have our guy, the Frog Splash connoisseur himself, Travis. What up, bro?
What did he do like that?
I can't hear you, but don't say you muted, though. I don't know what happened. Your mic not connected or something.
What's up, bro? How's everybody?
Now it's like 15 minutes delayed.
No, but I'm good. How's everybody? Hey, Ebby. Yeah.
Yes. I'm good now. I'm good.
Wow.
BA. You crazy. BA, how you doing? I'm sorry. That's not BA today. I got Mr. Travis is over there killing me, man. But you got Mr. Heavy Developmental himself, Mr. Green. How you doing today, bro?
Hey, yo, shout out to Trav. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love for you, baby. Hey, if you new around here, man, this is how we rock around here, man. This is how we rock and roll. No, what's his name? Gary Glitter. But if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell and the like button while you're at it as well. The like button definitely lets other folks know that we do this nice content. We'll be thankful to you if you actually do that, because other folks may actually find out about us. It's a simple way of sharing the channel, and we appreciate everybody that does it and appreciate everybody that will do it in the future. Also, do us a favor while you're at it. Follow our other channel, We Talk Combat Clips, where I drop condensed versions of the show over there in shorts and reels. So check that out. We're trying to get our subscriber count over there as well. Like, comment on the videos and all. I'll definitely get to you if you're respectful in the comments. Also, well, no, I'm not going to go with that. I'll tell you how the show goes before we keep going. We give our highs and lows. Well, not really a recap of the show, more of a review of the week, highs and lows, and then overall letter grade. We go from there, go into any wrestling tea that may be going on, that's any news, any hot topics that may be going on in the world of the WWE or anything else. And then last but not least, we get to the questions and comments, where you can talk to us directly by hitting us up in the comments with the @ WTC for We Talk Combats. That way we know you're talking to us and not somebody else in the Glow Yard. We'll get to you at the end of the show as well. As long as you're respectful in the comment, we may actually put your comment up on the screen while the show is going on as well. We appreciate you guys joining this show. This is an awesome show. Interact. Feel free to talk to us. We do not bite, but let's get to our highs and lows, y'all. Another lovely week of WWE product, y'all. Let's get to it. We have Raw. Roman Reigns and CM Punk had another confrontation to end the show. CM Punk hit Roman Reigns after he called the mode. We will get to that and other things. NXT, we had Booker T Appreciation Night. Shout out to Keanu Carver coming out there, interrupting, and then getting confronted by Jasper Troy. We'll get into that and other things as well. On Evolve, we had Mr. Aaron, Double A Ron, Rourke, won the Evolve Championship from Jackson Drake on Jackson Drake's last night. He's now going up to, or being promoted, I should say, up to NXT. So shout out to him. We'll talk about that and more. Impact, we had Mr. Leon Slater coming out, cutting a promo on the stage, talking about Eric Young, and Eric Young trying to break his neck. So we'll get into that and much more with Impact as well. SmackDown. Trick Williams douses Sami Zayn with water there, as you can see, after Sami Zayn messes with the lemon pepper steppers. And then Sami Zayn ends up losing to Aleister Black after a black mass. We'll talk about that and more of SmackDown as well. And last but not least for the week, as far as highs and lows, we had AAA with this guy right here. El Grande Americano is maybe the biggest thing pause there's been in Mexico since Antonio Banderas. You feel me? So we'll talk about him and much more on this show. We got some tea for you guys as well. But let's go around the room for our highs and lows. Let's start with you, babe. What were your overall? Well, I'm guessing your highs and lows of this week's 30-day product and your overall letter grade, babe.
Oh man. So Raw was Raw. I did enjoy seeing the CM Punk and Roman Reigns interaction, but no offense, this is all kind of making Roman look a little weak. But I understand that he was trying to show that he was unaffected by CM Punk and his words and his bullshit. So I get the angle, but I don't know if this is the right time. I think we need more of a formidable Roman. And I also see that they're trying to do something with trying to bring the bloodline back together, but I don't know. We gonna see. So I said Raw. It was pretty forgettable. No offense, but it usually is. Like it's just not the stronger show of the week for me. So I don't even remember any other really highlights from there, to be honest. And I watched the whole thing. So really, we can move on. We can move on. Anyway, so yeah, the lower brands though, they were definitely more entertaining. So we got the Booker T Appreciation Night, which was cool. It was kind of awesome watching Unk get his appreciation, but also he was getting a little teared up and stuff. Like he was having moments of like, damn, really, I've been doing this for a long ass time type vibes. Like, damn, I'm really here. Like it was great. But I also did really enjoy the little Counter Carver storyline they got going on. I think they're gonna try and make it like he an illegitimate son. I think that's what they're trying to go at. Like, I don't know, but I'm kind of curious. Like, it'll be kind of nice to get Booker T into a storyline. That would be cool. Like, I miss stuff like that. Like, that makes it feel more like the Attitude Era. Like, it just of stuff going on in between. Like, I know that SmackDown and Raw are trying to kind of do it with their GMs, but it's just kind of not the same. Like, like because they not legendary like Booker T. But like we can just say it like that. They're not legends. They just kind of just, hey, y'all were guys that used to be wrestlers, now you commentators. But the matches were actually pretty good on as well. Like I didn't have no complaints. It was really just all kind of enveloped into the Booker T appreciation. So like it was cool. It was cool. Moving on. So now we got Wednesday. Wednesday was what's to come, Evolve. So Evolve is starting to actually be more of the show I look forward to in the week. I don't know why. I think it's because we're getting to see people so green and they're so brand new. So it's kind of, I kind of wonder where these people gonna be in 5 years. Like, so it is kind of cool. And I guess because I didn't get to watch like a Trick and like a Javon Evans really at the infancy of them coming up from the lower brands. I watched them more when they were already in the middle or the ends of their reigns there. So like it's kind of cool. But yeah, we had this man winning, and man, as a member of the LGBTQQ community, it was cool. It was cool. Like he's the second openly gay wrestler to win like a major title on Evolve and as well as any of the lower brand shows. So it was really cool. He kind of funny though, but watching Jackson Drake and him wrestle was kind of fun to watch. Now Jackson Drake at some point his jock strap started falling out of the back of his pants, like, and that was tripping me out because it couldn't have happened at the worst time. But it was cool. He won. Jackson Drake is moving up, so I understand why that was. I got to see my guy Cappuccino Jones, so he got a little storyline going right now himself. So I'm actually kind of enjoying seeing more of him because I feel like he started the show. I think actually. But yeah, we can move on from there. Boom. Next one. So now we moving on to Thursday. So Thursday TNA. No more. We didn't get to see no more Ricky Sosa. Now I did know that he, I think, was at Explosion. I think it was, or is going to be at Explosion. I'm not sure, but he wasn't on there this week, so I was kind of disappointed by that. But got to see Leon Slater. Leon Slater, if y'all haven't noticed, like his whole vibe is starting to change with like his street clothes aspect. Like he got that shit on. And he got the braids. And I see he went to the dentist. So his whole vibe is starting to change. Like I told you, he'd be on my mouth much more on people to watch. Like he's starting to really develop a little bit more of his confidence, and like I think his accent as well helps because he has a little bit of patois UK accent. But yeah, he had a confrontation or not a confrontation. He's called out Eric Young, about him dropping him on his neck and just like you tried to end me, and I'm gonna see you in a few weeks. So they're gonna see each other at like I think a PLE coming up. But yeah. I didn't really, I was looking for Ricky Sosa again. So otherwise, I think the Hardy Boys came out at some point. Like some other stuff happened, but sorry, I missed it. Boom, we can move on to Friday. So Friday is the show to watch, and it's usually where it's always popping the most if we don't got a PLE. Now SmackDown, I feel like did a lot of smart writing this week, and I'm going to tell you the first reason why, and then everything else will make sense. We didn't have a Cody this week. Not only did we not have a Cody this week, we didn't even have like a little backstage segment with Cody. We didn't really talk about him getting beat up no more. We didn't talk about Cody really at all. So it actually kind of made the show feel a little bit fresher in that we were starting to move in different directions. But unfortunately, now I'll tell the low light. Randy's monologue where, he was sitting in the chair was kind of phony. It kind of fell on deaf ears. I think he's going to need to work on that a little bit better. I feel like he was overacting, and I don't feel like it's suited for what he was trying to say. Where he's like, I've been trying to avoid listening to the voices and blah 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 blah. They counsel me. Like he just was saying the lyrics of the song. So it just kind of was like everybody was kind of confused. Like, do we cheer? Do we boo? What's going on? So that didn't land right. But he beat up Mr. Zack Ryder, or whatever his other name is, Matt Cardona. He beat him up. So he like kind of reenacted exactly almost to a T what he did with Cody, which it was kind of cool. We trying to show that Randy's unhinged and stuff. So I did kind of appreciate that. But I do feel like there were some moments that could have been bigger but weren't, like Jacob Fatu and Drew fighting outside on the billboard and like them fall. I felt like they could have made that a little bit kind of more dramatic and less corny. It kind of came off a little corny, campy, like Days of Our Lives type thing. And I feel like that whole car accident thing at the beginning could have been better too. But ultimately, I don't have no complaints about it. I don't really understand what they're doing in the direction of Drew, but I think that might be a good thing. Like, I think that actually might be a good thing. I think that might be like a don't look over here, we're doing something over here type thing. So I'm hoping that's what they do. Now, I did all that to save the best parts of the night from me personally. So I'll start with Jade. So Jade was looking fire, like absolute fire. I say she looked at fire all the time, but I feel like in terms of her presence, she like dwarfed Rhea in the ring. Like her physical presence, her attitude, the way she was standing, her like stoicism, as well as her confidence, like dwarfed Rhea. And it shows you that all the stuff that was said weeks ago still is bothering Rhea. Because then Rhea later on complained online talking about people say I'm too lean, I'm too that, I'm too this. And I'm like, well, yeah, you were looking real lean next to Jade. Jade was looking like a bulldog compared to you. Like you don't look like the girl that you thought she was or that everybody else thought she was compared to a big dog. That's what it looked like. But it was cool because I'm gonna give a shout out to King because I didn't catch this the first time. Because last week we saw Jade talking to BFAB and Meechin in the back, but it was an off-camera point. And I was like, well, maybe that was an accidental thing because they were so far off the camera. But nah, it was a Easter egg for basically this week where we showed that now she got a group of baddies herself. And I know people saw on AEW said that she had to click over there, and so it's kind of like an emulation of that. But I think that this might be smart because this sets up things for Bianca, possibly. I don't know when she ever comes back, but it does set things up back when Naomi comes because when Naomi left, they were all beefing. Like Naomi took Jade out last Royal Rumble. So everything became a storyline that kind of got dropped because of Naomi's pregnancy. So I do feel like that might help bring things back because Naomi she comes back, she'll be like a lone soldier, and she still was in her warning era. So I think she's going to evolve the warning era into something else. The warning, proceed with caution era into something else. So yeah, that was cool. Like I want them to do more with Meechin and BFAB. I really want them to do more with a lot of these other, like not just people of color, just a lot of these other characters they have. We can find something to do with them and be able to elevate them. I think if they can all kind of get a vibe together and outfits together, I think they could actually be like really awesome. Actually, I think that they might have something there. But to end the night, personally for me, we're gonna go with the Trick and Sammy thing. So we all knew this was gonna happen, but I love how they put this together. They definitely made Trick the thorn in Sammy's side now. Because first Sammy was trying to be a thorn in Trick's side of him saying, you Mister, you can't get it done, and I Mister, I get it done. So I like that they're building something here, and I like that it's becoming annoying. And Travis, like we were off camera talking about it, but I do feel like Travis mentioned that they should have had Trick on commentary during the match, and that would have been cool. And I do actually really genuinely agree with that. I think that would have added more to the match, but it was cool because at the end of the day, like Sammy was fighting somebody else. He was fighting Aleister Black. Like it wasn't like he was fighting Trick. Trick was just supposed to be there just to be an annoyance. But I feel like everything for that, like I wouldn't have really changed anything otherwise about that. I think that would have been way cooler. But I think that they are worried about us getting Trick fatigue. But I don't think we're going to get Trick fatigue. I think as long as he's integrated proper into these storylines and these beats, which he is, because his reason for being there is very blanketed. His reason is because I want to be a champ. So anybody else that wants to be champ is his enemy. Like that's easy. So you basically cause beef with anybody that you want to, but we know they're trying to change him possibly to a tweener or to a face. And moments like this make him obviously look more heelish. So, we'll see what happens after WrestleMania. Oh, I did. Did we talk? I think I didn't talk about that. Did anything else happen as far as with Femi on Monday? I can't remember. Can anyone unmute and tell me? Because I can't remember. Like on any of the shows.
That's
Yes?
where he challenged Brock.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. I couldn't remember if that was last week or this week. I did actually want to say something quick on that. So I do think it is cool that Brock is at that stage in his career where he's starting to try and put people over. But I did hear that he got a good payday for that. So at the end of the day, it's going to be definitely an equal opportunity for both of them. We know Brock is at the point where he's probably got like 5 under good years left in him. You know what I mean? Like, so it's about the time to start putting new talents over. And if he's getting paid well to do it, then it is what it is, but I do have stuff to say more about that, but we're gonna save that part for the T. But so I'm gonna end it now with Triple A. Triple ah. That's my shit right there. So I didn't expect to be like a Triple A fan like I've become. Like y'all, I've been indoctrinated. So I feel like a lot of the writing on AAA is written like kind of like a telenueva, like the little shows where I remember they used to come on Telemundo and you wouldn't understand what they were saying, but you could understand the context clues. So now even more because we have Rey Mysterio translating some of the other stuff, we can actually like keep up with the plot line. And also what is going on right now with El Grande? Like I'm still stunned not only that this went from being first a joke to then an accident because then they had 2 and couldn't get rid of one of them to now it being a full fleshed out storyline that keeps just developing just like perfectly, like not too much, not too little, just enough to keep you engaged. And like his reception in Mexico and Puebla is crazy. Like it is crazy in there. There were people crying when they saw him. He was crying. He was kissing babies. Like that baby in the picture y'all seeing, if y'all are on the podcast, y'all can't see it, but he holding a baby right now. And this baby he kissed on the face and was like a tear coming down under his mask. It was a crazy. Like this whole thing has become amazing. Like that's all I really can say about it. And shout out to AAA. It's always interesting. We got to see Mr. Iguana with Lula Vice this week and Ray Phoenix, and they had a mixed gender match with La Hydra and some other people. Either way, it was actually like awesome. I like watching mixed gender matches, so it was actually awesome. Now they obviously get away with wearing a little bit less on their butt cheeks down there, but like you know what I mean. Like when in Mexico do as Mexicans do. So if they cool with it, they like it. I love it. You know what I mean? Like they like it. I love it. Like the outfits there are always fire, and always they do a lot of big jumping spots. Oh, shut up! Like they do a lot of cool jumping spots, and it's always like interesting. Now they do run a lot of ads on the Titantrons, and that shit is like after a while you start to ignore it, but they run hella ads on the Titantrons like the whole match through. But I think at least they're not as much on people's clothes and like on the ground and stuff. So I think that's why they run it more on the Titantron. But after a while, like as I said, you don't pay much attention to it. Even the tag team matches between War Raiders and like Psycho Clown and Pagano were still good, but damn, Pagano got like concussed halfway through the match, like, and then like he accidentally got hurt by Psycho Clown, so they had like real life heat. And I think originally this was supposed to be fake heat on the last episode of AAA during the actual Rated Reyes, but I think this time it was like real heat. Like he was pissed off and like confused because him and I think it was Eric headbutted each other in the air, like doing a move, and then later on, like Psycho Clown jumped off of the corner and landed on Eric and Pagano, but it was cool. We pulled off his mask and had a mask underneath. Like it was crazy as shit. Like it was the whole time I was just like, what is going on? Why is AAA so crazy? Like it definitely kept me engaged. Like Chelsea Green even popped up talking about how she gonna challenge him, and her and Ethan Page are like really the true mixed gender tag team group, and that they got smoke for them down there. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that's kind of cool. Because as I said last week, we had Bailey, and Bailey, like they showed her mad love when she was on there. Like I'm really beginning to think that could really help out. A lot of people that are kind of in a rut with their characters going down there. Oh, I did forget though on the other show, Damian Priest, R-Truth, they won a match, and I don't think they meant to win. And I think that this has reinvigorated Damian Priest and R-Truth's characters, actually. Like, I think that they got, like, some fresh stuff going on. They actually look good in the ring together. Like, unexpected, serendipitous situations happening, like, all around. Oh yeah, and the best part or the crazy part of Rated Reyes at the end was El Grande original came out and like took El Grande Americano's mask off. So then they were like kind of protect his face and stuff so nobody saw his face. But it was like crazy. Like there was people crying in the audience like, oh my God, like it was this whole thing feels crazy. This feels like you in a cult or something. Like everybody knows that he's not American and stuff, but it's like okay, like we're okay with it because his character has been so fleshed out that it's like, what does it matter? Like it kind of just come at it. What does it matter? And I guess it really doesn't matter. Like, as I said, if they like it, I love it. Like, they are showing him love. Nobody's really come out. I've never even seen a video online of someone on YouTube being like, as a Hispanic, I'm offended by him. I haven't seen that video. Like, I don't think anyone's made a video like that. Like, everybody is really, really receptive of him. And there was the whole thing was he was supposed to get a sword, and El Grande OG came out, and I didn't even think anything was gonna happen. Like they really had me going because they had old wrestlers come out that had won the Rated Reyes, and it was a whole ceremony. Like it was very professional. That's where you saw that picture because he was coming out and everybody showed him love so he could get a sword. And he even did a speech and was like, y'all have accepted me, y'all love me, and I got love for you. And he's like, and this place is my home, and I'll protect it. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Like he was really like, I'm on this shit. Like these are really my people. Come fuck with us. Like it was like he's like, this is us. This is us. Don't come see us down here in Puebla. But yeah, like so then OG came out and everything got all crazy, and as I said, I did not see it coming. Like they really had me. They had me. I was like, damn, you got me, Jonathan Frakes. It's one of the moments. They had me. Okay, they had me. I was definitely not expecting anything to happen. I thought it was going to end just like a normal ceremony. And it even ended with the little, Paul Levesque and whoever the guys that produces AAA at the bottom. And then we were looking at OG El Grande looking evil when he has the sword in his hand. Like, that's how they ended. They ended with the sword in his hand. And I was like, damn it, they got me on a cliffhanger. But yeah, that AAA, I get a real clap off of them. They really cooking down there. They're cooking. So even though, as I said, Raw was kind of weak, all the other shows in between were pretty good. And like I would say everything this week for the most part kept me engaged. Now SmackDown had some moments where it was droning, because we also had the Irresistible Forces. They went against the Bellas, and then they were it was messed up because there was interference from Alexa and Charlotte or whatnot. Like that was kind of the bathroom break match for me, honestly, but it still was fruitful to what the plot is going on. But I could really do without the Bellas. I know they just brought them back just because one of them got the itch and shit, but I could do without them. There's so many. I would take 2 pages back instead of the Bella twins, like dead ass. I would take a lot of people back before them. So this week, I'm gonna, real talk. I'm actually I feel generous this week. I'm just feeling very giving. So I'm actually give it a B+ this week. And that's because as I said, the other shows were really strong that Raw couldn't bring it down enough. I don't feel like Raw brought it down enough for me to want to go into C territory. So yeah, I'm gonna say B+. Yep, signed, sealed, delivered.
All right, we're gonna start the week off with a B+. Travis, what's your highs and lows of this week? That you product, bro, and what's your overall out of grade? You gotta unmute yourself too.
Okay, so for Raw, I was kind of nervous for Raw, but about the way it started off because I thought it was going to be an episode of the Power Rangers again with all the the masked men coming out and everything. So hopefully by Monday, I hope this mask thing becomes to an end. So, and shout outs to Oba, making Brock look like a sack of potatoes, really, just tossing around in the ring. And also, I don't know if anybody caught it really that Oba had a little bit of a Denzel glory moment when that little tear came out of his eye. Like he had a look on his face like, this what I've been working my tail off for this whole time and everything. So this is what, that hard work I've been putting in NXT and everything, and it's finally starting to pay off. So shout outs to them for that. Bailey, just Bailey, damn. But I really thought that match between her and AJ Lee was going to happen at WrestleMania, just because of last year and Bailey not really being on the card. So I thought this was going to eventually be a payoff for her, really. But hey, it is what it is. But also, if they were Randy too, now I don't know who was on the phone with him. Like, I said it was his father. Like, it probably could have been his dad. And if you've been cute around with the news lately that Ted DiBiase got, acquitted on his charges, so he's not guilty of anything. So, hey, there could be a possibility that a little legacy thing might could have happened, But, oh, yeah, I see that Americano got the dub against OG. That was cool. And another thing is that I thought Roman was going to bring up Larry this week. I was a little disappointed in that, but he still cooked CM Punk on the microphone, really, but he still he threw out AJ, so that was kind of cool. But NXT, like, I don't understand what's the world's problem with NXT and Brooke being on the microphone. Like, Brooke is like one of my favorite things about NXT besides the matches and everything. So I'm glad Booker T got his, his nod, his appreciation and everything. So like I say, he's really like the biggest reason why I watch NXT. And I see Blake trying to get back her North America title. So hopefully this Tatum Paxi thing at Izzy is coming to an end. Also, I'm liking this thing with Joe Hendry as far as these new challenges coming. Like, as long as we keep Ricky away from the NXT title picture, hey, that's fine with me. And like I said, like a few episodes ago, that Tony D'Angelo wasn't just going to come back for Dark State. Eventually, he was going to, try to be in the title picture also too for NXT. Also, on another thing too. Now I laughed my tail off with this one. Now, if y'all see, the whole backstage moment between Dark State and OTM, and they put dude through the table, and when they put it through the table, his arms was like this, like he was selling, but I think he was kind of like overselling a little bit, like you got put through a table. It's like he was low-key having a stroke, really.
Bro, not to interrupt you.
But I thought it was life. Mm-hmm.
Not to interrupt you, but was it pipes on that table when he got pounced through it? I felt like I heard like it was. I didn't look again, but like they might have laid some pipes on the table by mistake. He may have actually been hurt.
I don't know. It just happened so quick. Like, he just got tossed, and then I just seen his arms just going like this, like, and then it just went down. Like, oh snap! So I really couldn't tell, but I bet I had to watch it again. But I really didn't, hear the pipes or anything like that. But it did look kind of gruesome though. But it was still kind of hilarious. But Ted, like I said, I ain't really see TNA. Oh, my fault. Evolve. I'm sorry. So, Evolve, the scene to start, Cam and Dante Chid had a match. Like, I don't know what's up with all them arm drags. Like, the scene I seen, like, this man did like 10 to 15 arm drags from back to back to back to back. Like, this really just like kind of turned me off for the whole show, really. But it was kind of just garbage, kind of. But that part, I seen that Cappuccino Jones did call out Brooks. So they might start a whole feud, really. I think what's her name? Laney Luck. I think that's her name is. I think she got the dub this week for our match too, also. And shout outs to her, for winning the Evolve Championship. I just thought that they was going to, leave that Jackson vacate to, leave with the championship, but I guess they see something to, it already, he told Foreman, whoever the Foreman guy is, like, hey, I want to, bring Evolve up. I want to be that flagship superstar, and take Evolve to the next level. Now, I didn't see TNA this week. So I'm sorry,
guys, if you want to, you can donate to the channel, and we can help get Travis one of those shirts. Go, Travis.
You know what? Forget you. But anyway, I haven't seen TNA this week, but I did see Explosion. That I say that Ricky Sosa had a match too on Explosion. It was the guy, what's his name? I think his name is Jason. His name is Jason. He had a match on Explosion. Bang up a match though, even though that Ricky did take the L though. I mean, that was kind of upsetting to me, but
no, that match was taped before his last match. That was the first match he ever had in TNA before he even had the one on TV last week.
All right. So I did see that though. That was kind of upsetting, but SmackDown, SmackDown started off hot, just like I think what Raw did too. Also, I love the backstage moment with Trick had, and he dropped the bar and he said, "When life gives you lemons, put on your lemon pepper steppers and mind your business." That was hot too. Like I think with Double Trick too, it's like when you bring superstars outside, I'm expecting them to, talk it on the mic, engaging with Cole or Corey or Joe or Wade Bird, throwing on the headset and talking to the people and everything like that. So I thought that was cool. Randy still, touching it, getting into his 09 stages, I don't know if he kind of broke Matt Cardona's arm or anything like that. So that's kind of look out for. Now, to get to my expertise a little bit. Now, I say Last Legend, you did a move from the middle turnbuckle. We can't allow that. Not with that style of move. You cannot do a frog splash from the middle turnbuckle. This is not me trying to hate on you or anything like that, but you need to at least, if you want to do the frog splash, at least get up on the very top rope. And that'll make the whole thing look 10 times as better. But I think Mellows, it wasn't a problem with Mellows. There was kind of gruesome because, Mello took that, that bump against the table with his match against Ilya. So I was thinking, like, if coming off of that, I wouldn't think your next move was when you climb up the top rope and doing the frog splash yourself too also. And another thing too, with this whole Bella situation, I don't think that Brie wanted to come back. I'm thinking this is more of a Nikki type of thing. Like, I don't know if Nikki just want to win more championships or what. But I'm saying this too also, is that Nikki, I'm still thinking that Nikki is trying to lift the John Cena somehow. And it got me thinking too when she did the STF and everything. And then it brought me back to, her doing the rack attack and everything. It's like, you're not with John no more. I'm thinking like, wouldn't you want to kind of like separate yourself away from a guy or a person you dated, just to kind of you break yourself off from that, just to make it seem like you don't want to still be attached to this person or still be, relevant to this person. But we know that, John is still, living through the locker room and everything like that. Well, you can see obviously through Nikki Bella, but he said that's not going to change. But shout outs to Damian Priest and R-Truth winning the championships. I thought that was hot. It gives the championships, the tag team championships, a move or something because it's not standing on the MFTs, and we're still having the MFTs focus on this lantern situation. It is not just keeping the tag team championships on hold, depending on what the MFT is going to do. And another thing too, I kind of noticed too. I think they about to start breaking them apart too because what the time was say, hey, Solo, you starting to sound like Roman a little bit there. So anything you do to separate yourself, from Roman and the MFTs and all that stuff, hey, it's kind of cool with me. So another thing, AAA. So look, AAA. Shout outs to a Grande Americano because going back to last Saturday, this man had won 3 matches in a row. This man's getting treated like the president down there. Like he gets like limo service to the arena or tell the truth. This man can call up somebody, tell, hey, Mark, gas up the private jet right there, because I'm on my way down to Mexico right there. Like, this is him right there. He's getting treated like Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the 90s, John Cena in the 2000s, Hulk Hogan in the 80s. Like, if you want AAA right now, he's AAA right now. Like, if you anything, like, this is AAA. He is 1,000% AAA right now. But I still thought AAA was hot, though. I see Vikingo want to go after the Intercontinental Championship. I see he want to challenge Penta. And another thing, too, for Americano, I got him winning the Mega Championship. Like, he needs to beat Dom right now. With the amount of, I'm going to say heat, but him being good with the people right now, like, if he had the championship right now, this is like the icing on the cake for him, really. Like, in their eyes, the Mexican people eyes, he can't do no wrong. Like I've been saying before, Rey Mysterio has just been gone sick because, he's actually translating the show and everything, so you can't go wrong with that. But like I said, with the the tag teams, the Psycho Circus and the War Raiders. I actually thought the War Raiders was going to bring it out, though, because you had that little scuffle between Psycho Clown and Pagano a little bit. So I thought they was kind of, I thought that was going to be the part where they say, you know what, you're breaking these dudes apart right here, and they're going to lose the championships. But overall, I was really happy with this week as far as like all the shows, really. But I'm gonna give this a B- for the week.
Okay, B+, B- to start off. All right, heavy developmental, because I can't say heavy D. I'm sorry. What's your highs and lows this week for your product, and what's your overall of the grade, bro?
So I guess we start off with Raw. Raw was cool. They clearly had one of the best segments. I guess, I mean, I must say in especially in our history, when it comes to, I'll start from the finish, from the start of it. The fact that you had Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar face to face, I think a lot of people started to say, okay, well, this is his opponent then, right? So you started to get your mind wrapped around, well, he did beat him before, and it ain't the end of the world. Seth is entertaining at times, and he can go back and forth with Paul Heyman until Brock makes his appearances and so on and so forth. And he always got about 25 guys he can, I guess, call up to help him out. But to see Brock run through about 20 guys was crazy. Shout out to two of them. They took some mean bumps. One was on the steps. One was on the apron. I mean, like the barricade. That was tough. So one of them did respond and said that he all right. So shout out to that. But then Oba comes out, and Oba, did what Oba did. He he threw him in the air and dropped him. So shout out to Kofi saying Avengers. I think he just means that on a professional level, and it was just it leads to the, I guess it leads to the fact that we all just saying, okay, Oba versus Brock. Is there more to this? Is that, like, why did he come out to help Seth? Like, is there something there that we don't know about? And I think everyone is kind of skipping right past that part of it, because that was something significant. So is he working with Seth? Did Seth talk to him behind stage? Is there other people that Seth is talking to? Maybe other muscle bound dudes that happen to be running in the mass last week. Who knows? There's a possibility for everything, and I'm gonna put everything out there and pause until we get some type of a solid traction when it comes to that. I guess moving forward, no one cares about AJ Lee, but she won. Whoop-de-doo. Of course, Becky was going to come out, and that was the continuation of this little rivalry that you're going to have here. It's just like, I guess I'm just tired of Becky versus AJ Lee. Like, take this time out to have AJ Lee maybe go against Alara, maybe go against other talent, while she's here. I don't know how long she's going to be here, but it's just like everything is geared towards Becky. And I personally, I'm just not a fan of that. So that's definitely a low for me. Once again, Penta is just doing what he's doing. Maybe it was supposed to be Dom in this position. I don't know, but Dragon Lee came out. Don't know where Gunther's at. Didn't see Gunther at all. So we got Raw didn't have Gunther, and then SmackDown didn't have Cody, and no one really cared. So there's that. And I hope that this is the start of maybe Penta forming a new and improved LWO or something of whatever he wants to call it. Because when in doubt, hey, I got somebody that can come fight me for this belt, and it was one of his boys. He could have chose anybody. He chose somebody with a mask. Just keep that in mind. He could have called Drew up, man. I think he should have called Drew up. So I think that's a low light now because he should have called up my man Africano. That's what he should have did, man. He should have called you up, man.
Americano. Ole.
Facts. Apologies. So with that being said, then you had the Americano match. We all know that's a Triple A thing. Natty, who cares? Maxine should be done. Let's call it what it is. This is a highlight for me. Maxine should be done. Maxine needs that stage or whatever. She got beat cleanly with the sharpshooter in the middle of the ring. Where do we go from here? There's no need to have any other thing. But what does Triple H do? He has her backstage talking to Austin Theory. Why are we continuing Maxine Dupree whatsoever? I don't know, but it's not over, but it should be. Stephanie Raquel wins. It's just this is the second time I've seen Raquel got beat with a roll up. Man, what's going on? I can take one roll up every now and then. Maybe every 7 matches you get beat with a roll up, possibly. But back to back is like I think she just lost the other thing versus Io with a roll up. Like we got to stop rolling up Raquel. Like what's happening? Like why are we diminishing her character? I don't like that. Like, she's galvanized herself. She got a attraction. People following her, and you get beat by a roll up. Well, Roman had that thing. Roman and CM Punk. I truly believe the report saying that Roman was supposed to say something else, a little bit more devastating versus saying that he's old. And I think he just didn't do it. I think he just didn't pull the trigger on that. And it does make him a little bit weak. It looks a little bit weak when he's like, you got punched out for saying old. Like, come on, what's happening here? But he laughed it off.
That was supposed to be the Larry thing, I think.
I'm assuming that, but I don't know for a fact. So, I guess it probably hurt CM Punk more so than the other way around. I think everything was scripted. I think they already knew what was going to happen. Even that line about his father, I think Roman knew that ahead of time. You just don't spring that out amongst you talking. So I think everything was known. It's just Roman couldn't do it because it probably would hurt CM Punk a little bit. You don't want to see the dude cry. CM Punk might would have cried if he would have came out and said what he really wanted to say. So he avoided that and just took the shot for it. And I'm okay with that. Roman laughed it off, and I don't have no issues with that. NXT. Jason Jane got a victory. So Ruka and Zari still having that beef. I like the continuation of that. It's not stale to me yet. Ren Sinclair got her belt. Okay, cool. She's a speed champion. Okay, you know what? We never do this, and I guess it's up to Mr. Green to do so. Ren Sinclair's finisher is a very unorthodox submission move, and it's like, well, if she catch you, it's over. She's batting 100% when it comes to this finishing move. Like when she kind of rolls you up with your both of your arms pretty much over your head in a sense, and it's effective. It looked like it hurt a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And it's always good to see a submission move in wrestling because that's kind of being outdated. Beating somebody via some submission. So that's what she's doing, and it's working. It's working for her. So shout out to her. I didn't really care about the 6-man tag, whatever the case. Let's just get to what we're here for. Booker T. It's Booker T appreciation. That was great. I love when they can shout out the veterans of the game and then also promote the young young up-and-comers at the same time. And that's exactly what you saw here. It was genuine love for Booker T, and he deserves all the flowers while he's still here to get it. And that's what they did for him in Houston, in his hometown. I have no issues with that whatsoever. Matter of fact, I'm going to segue real quick. Austin's 316. you should at least had a video out. You should at least did something. You know, you don't have to make your physical appearance. You could have just said some type of appreciation because everyone was there to kind of hoping that we wasn't like a Y2J thing where they kind of hint to like he's going to be here. Now we kind of was on the fence like he probably won't show up. He might show up. Yo, give a video package, Balls. Give something back to the people. You know what I'm saying? They was there to see you in a sense. So, Booker T's there. Clearly, he's still employed and with WWE NXT, and he got his love. He got his flowers. Everybody came out, and then my man Keanu Calver wreaked havoc upon everybody. And then Jasper Troy came out, and like, okay, cool. So that's the next thing for Jasper Troy to be in this rivalry. Keanu should probably squash him. That's pretty much what's going to happen. And Jasper Troy is going to have to look for another place of appointment. But until that time comes, it possibly could be that. Until that time comes, shout out. Let's see Keanu be the Ravaged Bulldog. He needs some nicknames. He gotta get some nicknames. But he needs to be whatever that is. As long as he can do it before he gets called up. Because he went right through Evolve to this point. So shout out to him for doing that. And shout out to Tony D'Angelo and just the title situation. It's interesting. I'd rather just see them fight. But I'm okay for the antics up until that point. Let's go to Evolve. Evolve was cool. Aaron Rourke, he's not everybody's cup of tea, but he's somebody's cup of tea. Just not my particular packets. He's his own guy, and the thing about him is, like I said, he's definitely flamboyant, and I'll say that. But he does have an unorthodox wrestling style, and that's cool. It's cool to see difference. Just he's a different kind of a wrestler, and I'm not talking about his lifestyle or anything like that. He's just the way he wrestles is different than everybody else, so he kind of stands out a little bit like that. How long he's going to hold the title? How long is that? Who knows? Ken, you made this reference a while ago that that it should be like a revolving championship because we need to see how you are with the most prestigious title of whatever you're at, and we got to see how you can react to it, how you accept losses from that and stuff like that. I don't like somebody holding it for over 300 days. Like, why are we holding a developmental title for over 300 days? Right? That doesn't do it for me. You could have showed 2 months of it. Okay, cool. He's a good champion. All right, let's see somebody else in a sense and just keep it flowing like that. So maybe they make that change now because you got 2 new champions. Or you're gonna have.
If you're
2
a champion for that long, bro, why are you still in developmental?
Yes, but I will also say, we've seen this with Kendra Gray and Jackson. They was still they was on NXT months ago, like regular appearances.
That's why Smile said the title.
That's why somebody should have had the title right then and there. As soon as you like making regular appearances on the next on a promotion brand, then you need to go ahead on and just relinquish it because you don't need it anymore. But it is what it is, and he has the belt, and we see how long he has it. I really didn't care about too much others than that. Shout out to Cam Hendricks. I just want more out of you. I think you're forcing a lot. And you have everything's in front of you, bro. But you gotta be better. You gotta be better at your craft. Shout out to whatever he does with that bullshit. Let's go to TNA, man. TNA. I saw a lot of TNA. I was invested the previous week to see how the following week was going to go. Not necessarily based off of Ricky. Shout out to Sosa. But just based off the fact that I stood a whole card, and now I was like, okay, let's see how it plays out. Leon Slater gave one of his best promos I ever seen, and that was very much needed. And this is what it is. Sometimes you got to treat wherever you at, just to get better because the main roster is where the most money is at. So if you can be good here, hopefully you be great there. And that was good. That was good to see. That was very good to see, especially someone with accent and everything like that. It's just, can you deliver a great promo with no question? And he did that. So shout out to him for that. And I like to see the follow-up match because of it. He sold it for me. And that's what you need to do when it comes to the promos. And the rest of the matches was cool. I'm not going to go into too much detail when it comes to the card itself. The only thing that kind of stood out for me, man, I got to talk about that one match. I'm gonna talk about the hometown man. That's what I'm talking about. I love this goddamn character because it's like wherever he goes, he's just gonna go to the gift shop and just say like, okay, this is their sports team. All right, let's put it on. Let's go. And now I'm here fighting for wherever I'm at. So I don't know who has his budget because that could probably be expensive when it comes to the budget. But at the end of the day, he did defeat Frank Kazarian, so that was definitely entertaining for me. And like I say, I'm not a fan of the Namaths, so even if they win, I don't care. I don't know. Dolph just lost everything as soon as he went to TNA for me. Like I just don't. It doesn't do it for me. So there's that. Yeah, and I don't care for Moose either. Moose and Cedric and all of them can kick rocks to me. It's just I don't find them entertaining. I try to watch it. It's just it falls on deaf ears, and a lot of times I find myself trying to keep myself up to watch their match. If I gotta do that, then you're not entertaining for me. Could be for somebody else. Let's go to SmackDown. I love the fact that we got new tag team champions. It's just time to break up certain factions. Somebody got to go. MFTs, Wild Sixes, they can all go and get split up some kind of way. And what Trav was talked about earlier when Tama was talking to him, like I said, he mentioned Roman, and then you see the bloodline looking like the old bloodline when it came to Raw. It could be something there. We don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. So that's the planting of seeds. Where do we go? It's still up to them, obviously. But we got new tag team champions, R-Truth, Damian Priest. We talked about it on the recap show. It's just it's great seeing R-Truth be his wrestling self and not the backstage R-Truth that we got used to seeing. He still can perform very well in spots. I know he's 54, but the man athleticism is crazy. It's through the roof. But yes, am I expecting the Iron Man match from him? Absolutely not. But can he give me spots here and there? He can still deliver that. And that's the same thing for Damian Priest. But it's not age for Damian Priest, it's injury. So he needs to do stuff short, sweet, get up out of there so you don't have these long-term fatigue type injuries that you could have. So it works. They're entertaining. Damian Priest had a big-ass smile on his face that I rarely see that he actually has. So cool. All right, let's work. It's working for y'all. Let's keep it going. Still looking for the Street Profits. But there's it's smoke. When there's smoke, there's fire. They could be coming. You hear rumblings. Fingers crossed. Shout out to Fingers. I don't know about Bianca. Let's go with Carmelo Hayes beats Ilya. Yep. As he should. And that's it. But Nick Aldis did say that this is the end of the challenge. So we see what happens with a storyline when it comes to Carmelo Hayes as we move forward. 3 to the dome. We got a lot of segments with Trick. Anytime you got multiple segments of Trick, you got multiple forms of interest when it comes to entertainment. He is the most entertaining guy in wrestling right now. This is a great shot. This is a great still shot. This is perfection when it comes to what transpired. So shout out to the camera guy that caught this. My man Sammy Hair literally is in the air, frozen, stuck. Like that's great. That's great. This is awesome. But yeah, so they had their issues. It got to the ring, got outside the ring. Like y'all said earlier, Trick needs to be on. He need a headset, just like I got mine on. He needs to have one on too when he's out there. That will help because what do we hear? We here to listen to Trick. As much as we want to watch Trick fight, we want to listen to him at the same time too. So he definitely needs to do that. But he was, like I say, he was very more entertaining, playing off a crowd a lot more, to the point that was a distraction to Sammy. Sammy got out there, did whatever he wanted to do, got slapped with some water after he initiated it by moving his feet off the table. You don't do that. And Aleister Black kicked all the living hell out of him. Aleister Black kicked all the face out of Sammy. So when Sammy turns, understand that it was because Aleister Black kicked all the face out of him, literally in his face. So that is hilarious to me. And he stood on it and he looked at him like, "Yo, that was just an idiotic thing to do." And I loved every second of it. So that was definitely a highlight for me. And I guess the main match, I guess the main segment, I should say, will be Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. And like I said, I just wish it was done a little bit more, backstage. They could have did it a little bit better when it came to how they shot it, how they filmed it. It could have been that definitely cinematically better. But it is what it is. It was a cheap way to go out. We don't know what happened. They just fell. You heard no thud, no splat, no nothing. It was just okay. They fell. Clearly, they fell into something soft. Whereas though, because you didn't hear anything. That bothers me. It took the edge out. It took the sting out the segment that they're trying to show. But it is what it is. Shout out to Jade and her crew. That was a great thing to see. As I said before, I wish those two spots was for other people, like a Kalani Jordan, like a Jada Parker. I think that would have been great. But I take what I can get. It's still keeping it in the house. It's still keeping it light colored in a sense. And you got BFAB. I mean, this might be the most we see BFAB ever. Like, let's just be real. We might not even see this moving forward. Like, it's just this is going to be probably her peak, and let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy Meechin. Meechin's used to being a part of stables and stuff like that. I think she was a part of the Bullet Club and stuff. So this is nothing new for her. She can play to other people, and let's see how good it can go. And I'm here for it. This is obviously a way to get Io into WrestleMania because she's going to probably defend Rhea some kind of way, and let's just let them brawl as they do. They're going to brawl some kind of way. But it's cool right now, and I like this. I hope it plays out. I hope it plays out to the fact that Jade just continues her dominant stretch. I don't think no one can touch her. No one can touch her right now, and it should be like that. Now she got reinforcements to prove that, and to keep that thing going. So we'll see how far it goes. I think that's it for that. Let's go for AAA. AAA, once again, like you guys are saying, I don't want to beat on the dead horse. This is great. This is great. El Grande is crazy. I don't know what it is about people in that's Hispanic that I'll just leave it alone at that. He's great. He's great for them, and let's just call it what it is. He's great for them, and he was kissing babies. Like, yo, this is presidential treatment right here. But it was a great thing. Like I said, just similar to NXT, and I'll wrap it up by saying this: like similar to NXT, you had you had appreciation to the people that was there before you, and you still push current storylines in a sense, and promoting young. I say young because Dom came out, promoting young superstars at the same time too. This is wrestling right here. We need more segments like that. We don't want to forget about the people that was in the past. That they shouldn't be doing anything. They shouldn't be necessarily interacting and messing things up with the current guys. But let's show some love and some appreciation to them. I don't know who those guys were, but I'll Google on YouTube them a little bit. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay, they got, it's cool. If they wasn't out there and they never brought them up, I would never have done it. And they will continue to be nameless for me. So at least I can reach out and say, like, okay, cool, I can look these guys up. I would have known that, you know what I'm saying? So I would like the King of the Ring to do something similar. Like when you had the King of the Ring, bring back some of the people that won the King of the Ring in the past. And let's keep that thing going for the WWE. So I like that. I like shout out to the old heads to promote the young guys. And that's the way it should be. Tag team match was cool. And shout out to the triple, the 6-man intergender thing. Yeah, it was cheeky to say the least, but it was entertaining. It was entertaining, and I'm okay with that. And that's it. Overall, I was entertained all week, man. I had some very, very highs. The lows were not a part of the shows, so I'm gonna go with. I will also go with a B+. I will go with a B+. There you go. B+.
All right. B+, B-, and a B+. First and foremost, I want to give kudos to the team. You guys did an awesome job. I'm not really going to talk much today, unless, as far as the shows, I'm going to give the highlights of what's on the pictures, but I want to give y'all applause because we've been talking for an hour. I do like to see more success. I also agree and think this is an awesome week of WWE product. I'm gonna give it myself a B plus. With you guys, Travis, the oddball out today with a B minus. I'm going all the way out. I mean, like this is an incredible week. There are going to be lows, like always, like WWE. They do this stuff, they do the filler, they do all that kind of stuff. But in general, I enjoyed Raw. I mean, it wasn't the greatest Raw, nothing like that. But coming off of what you usually get from Raw and all that stuff, it was a decent Raw. Roman Reigns with the old thing. I don't think I'm going to kind of disagree with you a little bit, BA. I don't think the Larry thing was Roman's call. I think that was all CM Punk. CM Punk is the corporate guy now, in my opinion. I think CM Punk didn't want to hear that. Didn't want him to say that, so Roman didn't say it, even though Roman let him talk about his dead dad. Like, get the hell out of here, bro. We really going to compare Larry to his dad? But that's certain people stuff. I'm not going to go there, like you said earlier. Next, so that was cool. I enjoyed that. Next, Booker T appreciation, Keanu Carver. Build him up. Like you say, you feeding him Jasper Troy, so that Jasper Troy probably going to AEW. But then you probably building him up to feed him to Oba Femi. Shout out to Oba over there doing something great for the culture and all of that. Was an awesome moment back on Raw. I didn't get to that because I really want to talk about that later on and all that. But Keanu Carver, like that was cool. Jasper Troy getting that moment, like you said, Booker T and them not only highlight in a moment where they highlighted himself, but highlighted him in his hometown. He highlighted some youthful brothers or whatever. So that was awesome as always. Evolve, shout out to Double A Ron, getting the championship, man, doing major things for you people. I'm always here for that. So do your thing, man. Like I said, hot potato to the belt, like BA talked about earlier. I think that'd be an awesome thing. See how he does with this. If this is a situation, maybe he moves up NXT championship. You feel what I'm saying? Who knows where this goes? I'm not going to try to say I do know. It's entertainment. We'll see where it goes. I have no problem with what you do as long as you're entertaining. You should be rewarded. I have no problem. Next, TNA. This is probably my low light of the week. Bro, there's only two people in TNA. I done told y'all that. There's only two people in TNA I'm watching for. And that's Leon Slater, this guy here who didn't have a match. He had the best promo I've ever seen him cut, like BA said, or Mr. Green, I'm sorry. But also for Ricky Sosa. And Ricky wasn't there this week. He was out. He was overseas or whatever. They got him on Explosion or whatever. Hopefully he's back next week. But if those two aren't wrestling, then I'm probably not gonna want to watch it. So I didn't see the whole entire thing. And you had I thought you were gonna talk about that guy. What is it? Mike Jones. What was the guy named? Some guy that Mike Jackson, the old 70-year-old guy.
Why,
the 76-year-old guy.
That's what I thought when you were like, bro, they did have this, they crazy. I'm like, yo, does Mr. Elegance fight?
I forgot about that. Yeah, they started the whole thing with Mr. Elegance versus 76-year-old Mike somebody, Mike Jackson, Mike Jones. I don't know. It was Mike something, Mike Jackson, I think it is, but he was 76. I just was like, why is this happening?
Name.
So
Mike
it kind
Jackson,
of messed up the tone for the show.
Yeah, it's Mike Jackson.
Yeah, it kind of
Mike Jackson. I'm like, what the hell? We got a 70-year-old.
This ain't the first time.
I know
he's been out there for a couple times. Yeah.
I'm like, what? So
that's why I was just like, huh?
This is regular. I don't know about all that. No. If this your regular matches, bro, and you gotta give this time, you ain't there yet. So I don't need to be watching the rest of you. So like I say, TNA still my low point, and I'm still not spinning the block yet. But we'll see. Let's go to Friday. None of us talked about the champion. That's crazy. Let's go to Friday. Shout out to SmackDown. Cody wasn't there. Like you said, Gunther. I'm worried about Gunther. Like that's crazy. Gunther just retired on people and he's not even lined up for a WrestleMania card so far. Shout out to Rey Mysterio. Still doing commentating, but guess you can't go work. Do your real job. But on SmackDown and all, no Cody. He's the champion again, and he wasn't needed at all. It's crazy how the week is great when the guys Triple H don't try to force feed you are not there. But Trick doing this to Sammy, crazy. Trick has been talking about Sammy, talking about his hair not being combed and all that stuff. And done wet his hair up with the water. As far as that, he talks about his breath stinking all the time. When you see Sammy get in his face, he's doing the whole, squinching his face up and all with his nose and all that stuff. Like, bro, your breath is kicking. Like, that's little character, little traits and all parts of the show that you got to continue. That's staying in the kayfabe, really. Trick went out there, got on the table, showing off. They yelling with that Trick while he on the table dancing and all while Sami Zayn is having a match. He's completely taken away from Sami Zayn's aura. That's done. I heard people talking about it, but cheering Aleister Black. I want to correct that right now, guys. There's no disrespect to Aleister Black, but I don't want you taking this moment, bro. No one cared that Aleister Black was out there, y'all. Aleister Black got that victory because Triple H wanted Aleister Black to get a victory because it's one of his guys. No, that could have been anyone. any wrestler out there but Sami Zayn that could have got that W while Trick Williams is out there doing that. Every applause in that arena was for Trick Williams, while all the boos were for Sami Zayn. No one cared for Aleister Black. And that's all I got to say about that. Next, AAA. I don't even know what to say. Like this one, well, the cat got my tongue, bro. Like this, I've never seen this. You said Steve Austin, Travis. I'm on like a Hulk Hogan level. This dude is, what is going on? He's kissing the babies. Like he took that baby out the audience and was like, they gave it to him. They said, take my baby, please. Please take my baby. And he was like, okay, I got you. Like the tears, this dude accepted.
They treat him like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like this is crazy.
They're like Michael Jackson.
I can't even like put into words what he must feel like. Like, and it's not like he tried to be disrespectful. He doesn't call himself an American or Mexican or nothing like that. He's just being a luchador from being taking it over, whatever like that. Like all luchadors aren't from Mexico. Like that's the type of style and all. Like Elio LaFleur is a luchador.
Elio from France.
Yeah, he's from France. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so he, as long as he's not being disrespectful, and they don't feel like that he's not being disrespectful to them, he's taking it seriously. He actually can speak the tongue. You feel me? Like he does what he do. So this dude is a legend over there, bro. They were gonna make this a gimmick and take it away from him for what's his name, OG. Have OG beat him, take his mask off, and he was gonna be done. And now look and see this. We got to worry about Chad Gable still because Ludwig Kaiser got a job now. He's permanently over there. He's good. He's a legend. He's gonna be in the ring like those guys we saw in the ring with the sword. That's gonna be him in the ring and all that stuff doing in the future and all that. So shout out to El Grande, man. He took over there. But that's it. Like I say, overall, let it grade. I'm gonna give it a B+. I thought this was an excellent week of wrestling. Got me ready. Next week is gonna show a bunch because shout out to the new lady. I forgot her name that took over Raw. The new writer. Got a lady in there. Shout out to getting a lady finally. She took it over. She handled her business. And then shout out to SmackDown this week being great. It wasn't great last week when Road Dogg missed his first week, but that could have been, you feel me, just out of nowhere, like leaving the company. And you like we had everything set up and we didn't know what to do. So we'll find out this week if Road Dogg actually was a benefit or if he wasn't, based off how SmackDown is this week when we go, myself and Chemo Queen over to Pittsburgh and all. So that's it for our highs and lows, y'all. Let's get Travis. Let me see if you learned. What were our highs and lows brought to the people by?
Buy our merch, man, at We Talk Combats.
Shout out to I got too much all the time for all the beats, but shout out to the merch. If you're interested in the merch, all the links are in the description now for the show and our channel. Please go over there, help the channel out if you want to. We appreciate it. Not necessary, but they're fire merch. Like you see Queen showing hers off. Travis is on the way, and Mr. Green.
Mine is on the way. I will have my shirt tomorrow.
He has that Fire Nation one. But this might be a long show today, y'all, because we got a little bit more information for you guys. We got some other things to get to. So let's get right to it. Miss Wrestling T. All right, let's start here first. Shout out to PG Era. He says, hopeful signs that Braun Breaker may be cleared before WrestleMania to resume his feud with Seth Rollins. So they're looking to actually do that match with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker at Mania. What do y'all think?
I mean, I kind of think that they should do it because we saw how that CM Punk and Braun Breaker match went. I think this is more appropriate. I think this makes more sense, and I think that it would actually elevate Braun.
Okay. Anyone else?
Win or lose.
Oh, he's not cleared, right? Seth is not cleared yet to wrestle.
Seth not cleared, but correct. Allegedly they already know he'll be cleared in time the way.
So they're basically trying to hold him off until Braun gets back.
Yes, WrestleMania. He should be.
All right, so they were saying that basically makes sense. This will make sense. Him wrestling Braun Breaker instead of Logan Paul or Austin Theory. So, like I said, if it's gonna happen at Mania, I'm for it.
Okay, Mr. Green.
So
good.
So no, I'm not. So So what will be happening here is, oh God, don't let us get canceled. So basically, if Braun is saying that he's healthy, so he shout out to training day. He got his itch pushed back in.
Yo,
Stop. Yeah, we about to get canceled. Sorry, for educational purposes only. For educational purposes only.
Yo,
Stop
he did
fucking
get
kidding
his shit
the
pushed in,
man.
yo.
That's what
We
happened
got-
earlier, right? That's like I looked it up before I said it. I had to make sure.
Yo, yeah, he got his
It's a
shit pushed
hernia.
in, bro.
Is when something is extended to a weak spot in your system. So essentially, he had to get his itch pushed
Oh,
in.
man.
Pushed in, man.
Ah,
Shout out. We'll leave that there.
Yo.
So, shout out to Braun coming back, the Mania possibly after getting his shit pushed in. Yes, sir. Next, this is a two-part. Shout out to Pro Wrestling MMA News for this picture here, but it's a two-parter right here. First, we're gonna start on the left with our guy. I don't want to say our guy, but Jonathan Coachman. Shout out to Jonathan Coachman. I don't have a problem with you, with Coachman, but great segments with the Rock and all, like legendary. But he stated that he heard that it may be not Rhea Ripley. I keep calling. Oh wow, I call Rhea Ripley. Stop. Bianca Belair may have to have her finger amputated. It may go that far. What do you guys think about that? That was news from Coach.
Prayers up first off, because that's crazy. But at the same time, like, I think people underestimate how easily you can lose a limb from injuries, especially in your hand. And I think that, and I don't want to throw accusations around, so for educational purposes only, I do feel like them delaying the way that they treated her finger may have contributed to that, if that is true. Because they delayed too long on that original surgery, and it had her do the original surgery and then back another surgery like right after it. So if that is the case, prayers up to Bianca. You can still be an excellent athlete missing a finger, but that's still just like a tragic thing, and that nobody would want to think that just taking a match with Io and Rhea is what caused her
that match with
possibly
Io
losing
and
her.
Rhea
I think
at
it's her ring
WrestleMania,
finger too.
It's a marriage, like one of her fingers.
Yeah,
I think it's her marriage finger.
And all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that match with
Like,
Rhea.
so that's
and
that's
Io
so as I said, I'm hoping that is not the case, and that hopefully, that just ends up being worst case scenario when it doesn't happen. But yeah, prayers up for sure though.
It's seeming like
nobody should have to go through that.
It seemed like he's saying
it's been a long time.
Her finger's dying past the knuckle.
Yeah, like it's necrosis.
Yeah, like it's not
just dying, like you said.
It's dying past the
Oxygen,
knuckle.
Like it's not
getting oxygen in her blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I think that might have been a delay in how they end up treating it. But that's again like that's a freak accident. That's a literal freak accident. And like nobody's really to blame for that. It's just it was literally a freak accident.
I hate watching that
moment. Like when they be showing it on the screen and all, like showing.
Yeah, it's like this is the moment.
She might have got hurt right there, like unreal. I turned my head. I'm like, I don't even want to see that. That was the moment. She might have lost the face.
Yeah, it's
like,
just like with it's like with Shawn Michaels when he got kicked, and you like, damn, nobody knew that when he got kicked, his shit was never gonna be right again. Like his eyes were never gonna be right.
No, when he got put through that, when he got put through that screen, that TV, he wasn't gonna be the same after that. That was no kick. But Chris Jericho put his face through that jaw chart. He wasn't gonna be the same after this.
When Kane kicked this shit. Was it Kane that kicked this shit?
Yeah. So Travis, they use that as a storyline. What's Chris Jericho doing it? He said Kane actually did it though. He said Kane kicked him in.
Kane like separated his retina when he kicked him in. Yeah, because he didn't pull. Yes, and he feels like awful about that too. I think Kane holds that to his shit.
That's why that eye goes.
That really hurt him. His eye, his eye just.
Shawn Michaels.
It goes
he
on.
Ain't looking like the Heartbreak Kid no more.
No more.
For educational purposes, it might be calmer. Might be calmer.
Yeah.
And then on the other side,
you seen a lot of sunny days.
A lot of sunny days.
Yeah.
On the other side, Vince Russo has dropped the news that LA Knight. Well, first and foremost, LA Knight claimed he was very upset and felt like it was invasion of privacy. They had the cameras in there where he was in the gorilla position.
That whole moment.
And he also says that he no longer goes to the gorilla position anymore because he feels like something can be recorded and all, but it feels like it's a personal moment that shouldn't be seen on TV. With that being said, Vince Russo has then said that he has heard that Triple H is not a fan of LA Knight. He's openly not a fan of him. It's kind of like the way Vince McMahon was with Christian back in the day, where you just knew he didn't like him, even though people liked him and the fans cheered for him.
It's just like, but why don't you like me?
Yeah, I don't like him.
Why don't you
It's
like?
just something
Why?
about him. I don't want to represent my company. So, what do you guys
They
think
must
about
got
that?
beef.
And before
I
you
don't
do,
know.
before you
This
say what you
might
gotta
be.
say, Travis, before you say what you gotta say, check out this image. Go ahead, Travis.
Stop! I was about to ask. So was Max Dupree during the Triple H era or during the Vince era? I was going to
I
ask
think it
about that.
started
That
with
was gonna be my
Vince.
first.
Then he started with Vince.
Yeah. So I feel like.
But
That's
he was
what I
Max
was going to say.
Dupree,
So
I
I
think,
think
when
he
Triple H was in
inherited.
NXT.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I think
he
inherited
was
a lot of
Max
that
Dupree
dislike.
in NXT.
Yeah, like I
And when
think
he
he
was on
inherited a lot of
Impact.
that dislike.
No, that was Eli.
Like,
That
I
was
think.
Eli. I'm sorry.
Well, either way, he had too many damn names. But yeah, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
like so. There's a Eli Knight right now in NXT.
Mhm.
Like it just be like a lot of signs that it's like they don't fuck with you, and it's messed up because it's like I don't know why. It don't seem like he do anything outwardly to like I haven't seen anything or heard any stories that would outwardly say why they would just dislike him. You know what I mean? Or want to
Well,
do
I know
something
why.
wrong. But
he's loudly left too. He's
Yeah.
loudly left, and WWE
Yes.
is loudly right, and that's one of the few things they'll
Yeah.
openly talk about is them being right. You feel me? And this okay and all that stuff. So that's one.
Well,
of
I
the
mean,
things
and that
they
might
said.
be that LA Knight is a friend of the channel. Then LA Knight, you want to do an interview? You want to talk about it? Like, come on,
He from Hagerstown.
we
He
based
ain't
in
from
the state. We
Baltimore,
come
but
to
he
You
you.
from
Yeah.
Hagerstown, from?
Yeah, we can come see you. We can come interview you
No,
at
this
your crib or whatever. You can
No,
come meet us, whatever. But
it's beef since they did that video. I don't know if it was a workout video or that their moment whatever, and he probably outperformed Triple H. And Triple H been salty ever since.
They said Triple H was mad at somebody back in the day, Rene Dupree, because Rene Dupree lift more than he could, and he was like, "Oh, you can't do that."
yeah,
You
yeah. We just saw that
or
video the other
look better,
day,
say you
and it was his
looking
arms
better
were
than
bigger.
Nate.
His arm,
Your arms are
the
bigger
Taylors,
than
the
Hunters and
Taylors
all that
said
right
that
now.
his
It's
arm.
like,
Yeah,
you can't do
Not
that.
the
they
Frenchman.
snitched.
No, you mad or a
They
Frenchman?
snitched
He
on
said
I
that.
lifting you?
That was like, oh, Triple H got to hear about this.
But
They was like, damn, your arm's big.
last
Triple H got to hear about this.
but not least, the title of the show: Oba Femi Giveth and Oba Femi possibly Taketh away. So, shout out to Ringside News here. But fans accuse Oba Femi of MAGA alignment after naming Joe Rogan and Elon Musk as influencers, and also after naming Triple H as his favorite wrestler. Anyone got anything they want to say about that?
So I want to talk first and then give the floor to all the men because I'm just going to give you my perspective real quick and y'all can just go wild. So I'm going to say this very simply because I feel like everybody can kind of get this without getting into like the grips of other stuff. Usually, if people associate certain people that they look up to, okay, that tells you a lot about the person. You know what I mean? It does. Whether we like it or not, it kind of is like virtue signaling to other people that like that person. Now, we know there's a lot of people that are associated with the people that are named that or that he named, that he chose to name, are very not just controversial figures, but they are very much associated with, the alt-right. So now my third point I guess I'm going to get to is that Oba Femi is not an American born. He's not African American. So he is African. Now I understand that there are different politics that kind of are involved with that, and that there are Africans that do not kind of associate with the African diaspora that happened in the U.S. and chattel slavery. So there is always like kind of a little bit of a line there on terms of certain African folks that may not really they don't understand or relate to the shit that we went through, basically, because they didn't experience it. And people, unless they're people that were, in their family that moved to the U.S., then they don't get it, and that's okay, because it's kind of like they don't see it every day. Just like I don't see what goes on in Africa every day, so I don't know about all the plights going on in different countries in Africa. Like I don't. I try to stay up on things and I try and be aware of things, but again, there's that. So the part that I guess bothered me the most, and this is where I guess I'm gonna end my point, is that he is African. And who else is from Africa? Elon Musk. So yes, so that's what bothers me, is that you got firsthand experience on what people think about Elon Musk in Africa, and now you got firsthand experience about what we think about Elon Musk in America, and you still decided to make that your statement. Like he had to decide to say that. No, as far as I know, he wasn't forced to say that. That was a choice. And if he wasn't, then that would make him basically a plant. No offense. That make him a plant that they put in there so they can have somebody they can control. And that sucks. Like, that really sucks. I want to know more about this situation, and I kind of want to hear more from Femi, and maybe years down the line we'll hear more. But it's definitely disappointing. It's disappointing, and especially with what's going on right now in this country. That's like, it's like, I couldn't believe he said that. That, like, dead ass. I'm not watching the interview probably because I couldn't believe he said that. Like, it was kind of like, is he trolling right now? Like, because is he about to say Charlie Kirk is his hero? Like it. Hey,
Yeah,
so anyways, that's the end of my statement. Gentlemen, the floor is yours. I'm going mute.
I'm gonna go next because I don't really have much to say. I really want to hear BA's opinion. But let me say my piece real quick. I don't care as much. Like, it is what it is. I know what happens. Like, I live in America, so I know people play the game, and I put on their quote unquote white voice for the job and all that. Like, it is what it is. But like Queen said, I'll give this as my example. BA earlier was about to say something, right? And he decided, when he thought about it, he said, well, let me leave it right there, right? And he stopped and he walked away and said, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. I know I don't want people to think certain things, or I don't want people to feel a certain way. When Femi was on this show, and people can say, you know what, don't be mad about such and such and such. I'm not mad at him, but he knows what's going on right now in the world. He's not oblivious. He's over here. He has his job and trying to be the face of WWE and all that stuff. So he knows what's going on. He chose to say Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. Like, even if I watch movies, certain horror movies and all, there's certain people I'm not going to say there's certain horror movies I watch. You feel me? Like, it's certain things you feel like you filter and you censor yourself. You feel like maybe I don't want to talk about that right here because it's not the place to be talking about it and all. He did that. He's on the Stephanie McMahon show. He's like I say, Triple H is his favorite wrestler. He feels like he's a plant. And Triple H's been looking for the big black guy and all that stuff. This is the guy that a lot of folks outside of America, in my opinion, a lot of black folks or African folks, I should say, have an idea of an American dream. Not even African folks, just folks in general, have an idea of an American dream. Not underfitting everybody that's American, quote unquote, is not benefiting from the American dream. That's the issue that we have over here. But if you want to come from over there and you're thinking of having the American dream, this is the guys you think of. You think of these guys you see on TV and all that stuff that do all this stuff that look great and all. That is what it is. He's just, like I say, it's not my cup of tea. A character is a character. I'm not going to portray you by your personal life unless you do something, you feel me, evil or something like that. So a character is a character. He has the right to be the character. I probably won't be cheering for him as much, though. Like, I'll cheer for him because he's a black brother and all that stuff, no matter what. Like, still to this day, I still don't care nothing. He's a black brother to me. So I'm gonna cheer for him being that, having the role. He can be the powerful monster or whatever as he is, and then somebody has to conquer him. I had to cheer for somebody to beat the Big Show. I had to cheer for somebody to beat, you feel me, Gunther at this point. I got to cheer for somebody to beat anybody. So he's probably not going to be the guy I'm going to be really cheering for and gravitating towards. I'm glad he has a job. I'm glad that he is where he is. He should be the guy that should be at that role and all that stuff. And I'll also say this last thing about it, because Travis brought up a point about it. That tier thing. That tier thing was a moment of, bro, you do that one time and never do that again. And that was a moment of, okay, they talk about it. And he finally, like, the guy said it's okay to pass it down on me. If this would have been anybody else, if this would have been Braun Breaker and he'd have shed a tear, we've been talking shit about him on this show. Something terrible. If it had been anybody else that we talk about all stuff we talk about, that was his first and last time I said, I understand it's a moment for us and all that stuff. I got you. It's okay. That one time, it's bigger than that. But then to hear this, I'm like, damn, you shouldn't have cried, bro, because that tear ain't about that anyway. So it is what it is. But the floor is you guys. If you got anything to say about it, Travis or Mr. Green, the floor is you guys. Let me keep moving. Travis say he out of this. He ain't in it.
Okay. 12 years a slave. I'm gonna start. Harriet. Let's go, Harriet. Just came out not too long ago. You know, there's a reason why a lot of movies of that degree aren't led by American-born actors to get other people to do it. Because in order to be a real actor, you have to tap into the resource material, as we all know. And it's very hard for Americans to do that. They have to take breaks. They have to take mental breaks. They have to clear their head. They have to do a lot of stuff. It's hard because this is the history that we know. Like we are in it. We grew up understanding it, despite what they try to do to the educational system, especially our generation, right? We are firmly understood the civil rights era and eras before that. So it's like you can just say anything, and then we're right there. We can clearly tap into that. The problem with other people that's not from here, and this is Oba's case, and Jordan Peele put this in his movie, and this is one of the things in his movies that you have to catch. He has little messaging in his movie, and the movie was called Us. There's people that look just like us. That's not us. They don't understand certain things, and I think that's the case for Oba. So this is my benefit of the doubt. This is literally my last extension, pause, my last like branch for him. And we see what he does with this. But when you mention Joe Rogan, I would like to think that you're just thinking, oh, he's the best podcaster, quote unquote. He has the best, the most views on it on YouTube, that type of thing. Especially, but when did you start listening to him? He said in college. So in America, a lot of people that go through college become radical. Black Panthers was funded out of college and spearheaded through that. You know what I'm saying? Fred Hampton and stuff like that. That's a college. That's a rebellion thing. When you went to college, even though it was here, you gravitated towards Joe Rogan. That's a difference. That's a difference of freedom of speech. That's a difference. He's going to say certain things that other people might not say. So this is what you're being infiltrated in your mindset because, you don't know. You're thinking everyone thinks this way. Everyone does not think this way. When you say Elon Musk, shout out to Queen, because you should have a background of Elon, but you could be going for the fact that he is one of the richest people it's him, Bill Gates, or something like that. Maybe money is a thing for you. Maybe money is one of your driving factors.
Oprah, LeBron. Not to go against what you're saying, but I'm just trying to add on. God,
right?
Damn,
but hold up. But even with that, it's a different level. Elon's different. Bill Gates is different.
It is.
But even with that, then that tells me about your character. Just like I said, when you are in college and you're expanding your mindset, Joe Rogan has infiltrated your mind. That's one. Two, if you're saying Elon Musk is your guy, even for money, that means you are willing to do pretty much anything to get money, to be number one. That bothers
Who's your favorite wrestler?
So now let's go with wrestling, right? And I think he threw in David Goggins too. That's just a workout warrior. He's a Navy SEAL. He did a multiple other things. He is as a mortal man, he has done a lot. So I can understand you putting yourself through the ringer when it comes to that. But let's go to Triple H. Now, I believe Triple H, like you said, founded him. He scoped him out. So in a sense, it's like Triple H, I hate to say it, that's in this situation. In movies, you have an all-black team, and it's usually led by a white figure. Triple H is his savior. He saved him whatever he was doing. I handpicked you, and now this is you here. And look, I'm telling you now that the sky's the limit for you. I'm giving you the opportunity. I'm paying you now because this is what I see in you. So it's that investment. So instead of just saying, Triple H founded me, but wrestling, I always love wrestling. So these are my guys. He didn't say that. He left it at that. And then he also said Bray. But he highlighted Triple H. So is he playing the game?
I mean, if Bray is favorite, Bray not like stupid old, was he? When Bray passed, he like 30, 33?
Yeah, this was a couple years ago.
Like, it ain't like he's still a peer. So that means Oba talking about Triple H and Bray Wyatt. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
that's what he says. It sounded like when Austin was talking to one of these tough enough people, and they said it was a woman, and they said who was her two favorite wrestlers or whatever, and the woman mentioned two people that she should not have mentioned. Like, do you even watch wrestling? I don't think Oba watched wrestling. I don't think Oba understood what wrestling was or anything like that. I think he knew of it, but I don't think he was a fan of it. So when you're not a fan of it, then who do you see? If you're just kind of watching wrestling, Bray Wyatt was standing out as the boogeyman. I know there was a wrestler called the Boogeyman, but he's like the Boogeyman. So he's going to gravitate towards the people that don't know nothing about wrestling because he was different. Triple H handpicked you, so of course you're going to love Triple H.
Do you think it's past wrestling though? Do you think it's meaning past wrestling? I mean, it even happened before then because wasn't he started? He came to America for college, right?
Track and field.
Do you think it may have been? Do you think it may have been that kind of somebody, one of them? Went and got him overseas and brought him over here for even that and all that. You feel me?
I think
even
he shot put, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was shot put.
So, yeah, it's that's just Kevin Bacon. He was in some goddamn movie with finding talent overseas, right? It was a basketball player. Mm-hmm. That's just what they do. So, I did not go as far as I wanted to in a previous comment. But for some people, when a certain individual or a certain like of people comes and scouts you and says that you're different, you believe whatever they're saying is worth gold.
Yes.
And I think that's this Oba situation. The white man came and said, I got you. I got something for you. And whatever the case. And that's just where we're at with it. So it's very problematic. But it's the internet did what the internet did what they were supposed to do. We threw many shots. It was many a shots fired. This is one of those shots. It is not like a kill shot. These are not kill shots. These are warning shots. Like, brother, understand, like, this is it right here. You have, now that you know that there's another side of this, you can pick your lane. You can either go this way or you can go that way. And we will treat you accordingly as we go through this thing. But that's where we're at with it.
You think this affects his character either way? Like, even though we just had this major thing, do you think this might not? So let me change this of how it affects his character. I don't think it's going to change creative or nothing like that. I'm saying the trajectory of his maybe like popularity as a face or whatever. Like maybe he's more polarizing now as far as a character. Like, do you think it's changed up?
I don't think it does. And I'll say this because, I mean, according to other people, it's a lot of us, that people that look like us in the stands. They do a great job of not showing it. I'll say that. It seems like it's a lot of white people there, and especially with
the prices and all of this, it's a lot of white people, bro.
It's a lot of white people there. So if anything, it made him more of a face. It made him more of a face.
But was it a face to the? So was it a face to the different crowd? So here he is. This is maybe the separation of the IWC and the actual wrestling, and kind of like Jey Uso. Jey Uso is a face in the audience, you feel me? At the actual wrestling event, when people pay their money, but in the IWC, he's a heel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, stop this dude, and all the people that regularly will go watch wrestling that's getting priced out now. They don't like Jey Uso. Do you feel like there'll be a split now between Oba now? Because you got white folks now saying you guys can have Brody King give us Oba and all that stuff, and I'm like, bro, what the hell? Oba, you got to say something about this, bro.
Okay, I'll say I will attack that answer by saying this. I don't think Kofi says avenge us if he knew that this was on the horizon, right? Yes, Kofi said that for a reason. For me, like I said, I told you like that I don't think I think as a wrestling fan that moment was a peak for me. Well, that moment got sullied to the point where as though I take that back. Like I'm coming back off of that. Like, so of course, like some people from the internet, the community is going to be like, yo, it's going to take about year 3 or 4 for me to kind of get past with what I just saw or what I just witnessed in a sense. But if he's still, like you said, if he's still yeeting, like I said, I know he's not. I'm just going off the reference.
Yeah. If
there's still like a yeet thing based around him, then he himself is okay.
Understood. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine either. I mean, he Triple H dude. Me personally, and to finish this, I talked about it before we got on the show. I would run into if this does get some type of traction, like to put it, I would run into the corporate type thing. Like Oba can wear like the way he set up and look for Stephanie McMahon and all that, like the outfit he had on the little shirt and all that.
Corporate Oba.
He could rock a corporate and still be dominant at the same time. You feel me? Like
he'll drop the accent then.
Yeah, that was my last point. we are in an unreal time, bro. And that's why I just put stuff together. I'm like, bro, I don't like doing it, but it's how you do. You pay attention to stuff. We in an unknown time where Phil Brooks can be Phil Brooks outside of WWE. Roman Reigns, Joe and Noah can be Joe and Noah outside of WWE. Why does Oba Femi put on the heavy accent outside of WWE, bro?
So this is I heard you talk about this earlier. I chose not to say anything. This is my thing with Oba, and I think certain people has an option, and I think he has an option. And I think when he first got over, of course, I'm going to want to put on the best face, but that might not be 100% him being comfortable. Just like you said, when you kind of talk, put on that white voice, that quote unquote, "Hello, how you doing? Yes, can I help you?" That's not comfortable. But I'm not trying to say talking slang like we do like off the air is that's my most comfortable. But this is probably a good middle point for me. Whereas though I can say certain things and I can't say certain things, I can talk to certain people, but I can't get necessarily vetoed or canceled. That might be his comfort level to talk with that accent. He might be comfortable because that's not his first language. His first language is straight Nigerian. So because it's that, you now have the option. I hate to give it to him, but he has that option.
I feel you.
It might be
just seemed like
for him to be like that.
I just feel like that's more of stuff pointing towards.
It's
if I was looking for evidence for a plant, you feel what I'm saying? Like you're the one. I'm agreeing with you though. I can't just put fingers on him and say, bro, that's definitely why you're doing it. But I'm just saying, if I was looking for evidence to support a theory, if I'd have made that would have been one of the things I say, hey, bro,
it's a lot of smoke.
Like it's a lot of smoke. I'm like, oh, that's one of the things too, and all. So it is what it is. Like I said, he gonna be who he is. He the monster and all that stuff. I mean, I want to get close and close to the point of whooping that trick. That's how I feel. Like I'm happy for Oba. Oba gonna be the guy. It's two champions. Both of them, like, bro, I didn't say that from the get-go. Oba, Trick, it is what it is. He gonna be Raw, Trick will be SmackDown. Let's just one of them got to be cheered against the other when they go against each other. And it is what it is when you decide what you're gonna do. Make it real life. You got right and you got left in real life. Make people choose who they want to go against. I have no problem. It's all in a character and all in fun as far as that. So it is what it is. But Travis, again, I'm gonna go back to you. What was the wrestling tea brought to the folks
by our people at Fanatics?
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description. Shout out to Fanatics. Please use that code if you're getting any WWE merchandise, any other sports apparel. Help our channel out if you could. It costs you nothing to help the channel out. It's just a different link to go to if you need to go to Fanatics. Please help us out. I actually have my Oba shirt. Shout out to Queen on its way sometime soon. Damn, Oba. I'm gonna wear it though. I got you, Oba. You still my guy.
Yo, just real quick, bro.
That shit crazy.
I was about to get the bees, man.
You about to get the beat?
I was about to get them. It was in my shopping cart.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll probably never wear the shirt outside of like on a TV show, like on this or something like that. Like we doing. I probably wouldn't wear it around though, not yet. He better change an opinion up because I can't, bro. It's like people that drive Teslas and buy Teslas but say I don't support Elon. Like, huh? You feel me? Like that's how it feels. So it's like that's bull, but it is what it is, bro. I'm not mad at the guy. Still a black guy. I still get commission to him at the end of the day. So it is what it is. But let's get to the questions and comments, y'all. We got a couple.
And I wear that trick shirt. That's what I wanted was the trick shirt. Wear the trick shirt.
I don't know what's going on with the trick and apparel, but it is what it is.
Sponsored by True Classic.
Always wanted to try True Classic, but hate shopping online? Keep watching. You've probably seen our ads online. Look, I get it. You're skeptical. I mean, is everything we sell really as soft and well-fitting as we say it is? If you need to try us before you buy us, True Classic now has stores nationwide. Visit one of these stores and you can fit, feel, and outfit a bunch of our customer favorites. So don't wait for shipping or worry about how much to spend. Visit one of our retail stores today and see the true classic difference for yourself.
Shout out to True Classic, and I've got DDP over there, the real DDP. We have one comment today. Shout out to Cuz, man. For real, Cuz. Shout out to you, Cuz. I might have to send you a shirt over there, Cuz, or something, man. But he says, I hope that's not the outcome for Bianca. Yeah, facts, Cuz. That's crazy to think that might be the outcome after that. That's you over there looking like a Black Ranger over there. She need to come out in the Black Ranger outfit if she missed that finger. That's how she be looking out there, bro. Missing that finger. Shout out to my guy over there. I forgot his name was Walter Jones.
Looking like Gerald Green. The basketball player. He ain't got, he lost a finger too.
That's crazy to know at that moment, like that match where Bianca should have won because they stopped her undefeated streak, right? At WrestleMania, other than Battle Royals and all. She lost that match.
Rhea shouldn't have been a part of it.
Well, Rhea shouldn't have been a part of it. Yep. And she might lose her finger. Yo, come on. Lastly, before we end this show, Rhea Ripley, I got something. I got beef with you, Rhea, bro. Somebody got beef with you every week, but I got beef with you. She came out and talked about her body shaming and morphing and shit. I got beef with WrestleMania too, because you love Rhea Ripley, bro. Everything she do. But I'm gonna keep it real. Didn't just 2 weeks ago Rhea Ripley cut a promo about arms?
She put emphasis on the difference between the two bodies. Yes.
Didn't she just make a promo 2 weeks ago talk about arms and that your arms are made for show and that my arms are made for work? Didn't she say that? Tell me she didn't say that. Somebody tell me I'm lying. So why the hell is she talking about body shaming and all that? People talking about she thinner.
She said that shit.
She just said it 2 weeks ago about the arms and all.
All right, plus, no offense, bitch, you just look phony in front of Jade. Sorry, that's really the truth is that now you in front of Jade, people noticing how not like that you ain't that girl. Sorry.
Your arms made for your arms made for show. My arms made for work and all that. But then you losing weight when you just talk about your arms are made for work. So why wouldn't we question it? But it is what it is.
That's also why shout out to Jade. She said what I thought she'd say. She did an interview and she was saying how, people have their thoughts about her. She's like, but people forget, she can go do something else. She don't got to be a wrestler. That Rhea, that's all she got.
I don't give a hell. I don't give a hell what happened.
Yeah.
And I don't care what people care about Jade, right, Queen? I know Jade better beat Rhea.
Yeah.
I know Jade better beat Rhea. I don't care what has happened so far. I don't care what you put this title incident, any of that stuff. I know Jade better beat Rhea. And a good way to have Jade beating Rhea would be for EO actually to come out there and cost Rhea. That would be the way to keep things moving and all that stuff. But we'll see if creative goes with that one. Anything else? Anybody else want to say anything else?
It is.
It is.
Oh, I guess I want to say a shout out to somebody that commented on my video on my page that I made about Royce Keys, and he made a comment saying that I wish for the downfall of black men and all this other stuff, and I thought it was pretty funny because then I said, did you actually look and see that I'm on a show with 3 black men? That's crazy. And then I'd be on here talking about Trick Williams and all other people. It just be those moments where it's like, you guys have your opinions about stuff. Yeah, it's on one of these. You guys have your opinions about stuff, but at the same time, I can have my opinions about stuff. But there's nothing on here where I've ever made it like I'm against any black man and that I want to see Royce Keys win. I'm trying to figure out where he is, though. That's what the video was really about, is where is Royce Keys?
Mm-hmm. Some people can just be so hateful. Let's just leave it at that. But thank you to everybody that watched the show today. Thank you, Cuz, and all that commented. An awesome show again. If you're watching this replay, please hit us with a comment or something like that will definitely get to you. If you thought we talked about some controversial things and all day, so it was an awesome show. I like when we can be us. That's the best kind of show.
That's a whole lot.
Yeah. Also, while you're at it, like I say, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that like button as well, somewhere near BA's left shoulder down there. Let's see if he does it. My God. All right. Please, we do review shows every week, every Sunday, 3 p.m. CPT time. It started 4:45 or something today. Please bear with us. Apologize for that. Also, do us another favor. We have other shows. Get Off the Damn Fence, my guy BA with the rest of the 695 crew, Calvin and Larry. They talk about all things, but especially sports on Wednesday afternoons, Wednesday evenings, not afternoons, late nights, actually. Also, check out my guy BA as well as Big J and Will over on Cuz We Geek, where they talk about all things in geek culture and movies and television. They have shows Tuesday evenings and also Saturday mornings. While you're at it, last but not least, check out myself and Rel on Cap and Crown. We talk about all things old school and new school basketball. We have shows every Monday evening, Wednesday evening, and Friday morning. Help us get our subscriber count up over there as well. Everybody's trying to reach their next goals. Also,
basketball.
Yep, things are heating up. We almost need the playoffs and all. Also, if you don't know, we have a watch-along schedule. Here it is here. Put it in the people's faces, Ro would say. We do weekly watch-along parties. Mondays are Raw. Tuesdays are NXT. Wednesdays, Queen follows Evolve. But we have been showing AEW Dynamite in Discord. Thursdays is TNA. Friday is SmackDown. And Saturday is not on here, but we also do triple A's every Saturday as well. And any PLEs that may be going on for WWE.
It is on there. If you read at the bottom, we show PLEs,
Saturday main event. Okay,
Saturday night's main event and AAA.
But yes, we show those as well. So please come on over. Also, all of our links, or I should say not links. What is it? Our handles for our profiles and all. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, I'm trying to get it back on there again. Pause. There we go. All right, there you go. Follow us. All our socials underneath our names. I'll take this off the screen so Queen can be followed as well. Our socials underneath all our names. Follow us on everything that's in the description as well. All of our socials everywhere. What is it? Facebook, Instagram, Spilled. Shout out to Black Owned Spilled. Not LinkedIn. Obviously Instagram, Twitter, wherever, Threads, anywhere basically. TikTok, we everywhere. So follow us at We Talk Combat.
Lemonade, yeah, we started to be more active on TikTok. Lemonade, so definitely everywhere. We've been doing more skits and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Follow us over there. Follow our Discord. If you are a subscriber to the channel, you should be a member of the Discord. Why it's absolutely free for now, and you get access to everything that we show in there, wrestling related, absolutely free. So you want the access to that video and we don't want to be locked out, coming over to Discord. Other than that, for the Chemo Queen, Queen of the Ring 86 again, the Frog Splash Connoisseur, my guy Travis, Heavy Developmental, Mr. Green, you already know about that with Evolve in NXT. I am Muy Grande, African Americano. This is We Talk Combat. It's the best, brightest, and blackest combat review show there is on YouTube or anywhere else. I'm definitely getting this show a big old Ola Vole, and we are out of here. My guys, peace.